Oh, I just got a feeling. Let's see here. Greetings, traveler. What? Why, it's you. I see that time for the return trip already? Well, I hope things went well for you. And, I guess you're intrigued by our discussion now on your previous visit and want to return to it. Well, it just so happens I'm in the mood to do that as well. Please come in out of the cold and share the fire with me. Brothers, I need to give you an apology before we proceed. I I made the previous video with a different setup, and I see that there were issues with it, among other things, the audio quality. And unfortunately, this nice monitor that made such a pretty picture now refuses to work. The brightness is almost completely gone. So it'll be a while before I have that kind of setup again. Meanwhile, I go back to what works. And I need to also apologize for the poor video quality. I usually don't try to repeat the pictures, but I'd suddenly realized that you couldn't really see what was going on. I mean, here's this guy. Here he is surrounded by his friends and neighbors, and he's pretty much that's that's a zero fucks given attitude if I've ever seen one, man. So yeah, that's the man right there. That is a bona fide motherfucker. So it's like, yeah. It's like, just because you told me I had to, bitch. That's right. So, my friend, if you recall, we were having a discussion about media and how bad it is now. And remember I mentioned that this preoccupation with technology it's killing social skills. And if you are so isolated that you barely can deal with people face to face, that's not a good look, man. That's not good. Man is a social animal. And I know now, see, I already know the question you're thinking because red pill thinking lets me jump to the end of the chapter. It's that, well, you hypocritical son of a bitch. You're the one saying that you need to hang out with people and you're a monk. What's your problem? He said, oh, no. I still desire to have interaction with people. But the beauty of it is, as a man walking his own path, you can choose the interaction on your own terms. You don't have to be forced to go to a dinner with relatives who, you're wearing a bulletproof vest and hoping it'll stop a Bowie knife because someone's gonna have one aimed at your back. Real friendly. Or the worst ones, you're a good old boy and part of the family when you're there, and then when you're gone, you're an asshole. Had that happen to me, it's like, yeah, not a good look. So, one advantage of not being chained to your television. Oh, and by the way, I've got this phone, but except for the occasional music or comedy video to like change gears, I'm not looking up TV shows and stuff on a regular basis on this phone. And I don't have Netflix or Hulu or Roku or anything like that. I would rather be in complete control of my media consumption. So, when you're not chained to the TV, you have more time to read. And I recently stumbled across something that I read completely through years and years ago and hadn't revisited for a while. It is the Unabomber Manifesto. Yes, okay, yes. Red pill thinking comes up with the question again. It's like, well, the guy was crazy. He was bombing people. He's a crackpot, and he's in prison. He's been discredited. Why do you care what he has to say? Aha! Yes. You see, when you're all about the outer to swerve, you can see one when I mean, Randy Johnson's fastball, yeah, that was bona fide. But Tom Glavine with that breaking ball, oh yeah. Now you see it, now you don't. So, that's what those in authority do, you see. You're saying, what the hell is he babbling about? Okay, let me break it down for you, Junior. If one of your enemies is saying something that you don't like, and especially if it's true, well, you gotta put the smear machine on him. And especially if he is counterculture, in any form, you do your best to paint him as a psychotic. And then automatically when someone says, well, what about this stuff he was saying? Oh, no, you don't need to listen to him. He's crazy and he's a criminal. So it's like, oh, no, don't listen to what he has to say. He's been discredited. Well, you need to read the manifesto. This guy was on point. He talked about, this was in 95. He talked about the dehumanization that comes from over-reliance on technology. And as other science fiction authors who look at these things as part of, being aware to write a better story. Our current technological society is so intertwined and so dependent on things like a Rube Goldberg invention. If one part of the system suddenly breaks, could be catastrophe. We saw it happen in '08 with the housing bubble. I saw it happen in the '70s with the gold bubble. And there is talk that, you know, besides people taking out a car loan for $50,000, there's so much demand, evidently, that interest rates are high, prices are high. I could not imagine paying $60,000 for a new vehicle. Hell to the no, as the man sings. Hell to the no. Sooner walk. Shit, I could take an Uber for the rest of my life and not spend that much money. So, you know, now it is something to think about. Do you resemble an extra in a zombie apocalypse movie? You've got the stumbling, you know, shambling glide and that glazed over look in the eyes. You know, your pupils are dilated because you've been staring at a phone 6 inches from your nose all day. And you're just oblivious to your surroundings. Now, I recently experienced this firsthand. There was a family shopping in the local employee-owned supermarket that I frequent. And at first I noticed mom and the son and daughter, because they are on point. They're talking about brands, you know, comparing brand names by quality and looking at the cost per ounce, making sure they got the best deal. And they said, oh yeah, this one costs less, but we know this one tastes better, so this one's worth a little extra money. And they're even checking stuff off the list. And I look around and it's like, wow, you know, that's amazing, you know, that it was impressive because nobody was being forced. They were all in the zone together. But then I was like, oh shit, where's Dad? Well, you know, Dad should be there imparting his wisdom to the shared experience. I mean, I was the shopper in the family, you know, for groceries. The ex, she never looked at prices. She looked at brand names she recognized in pretty pictures and would just snatch stuff off the shelves and never look at the price. So suddenly I focus in on Dad. The entire time I saw him, he's playing Pokemon Go. The phone is like 3 inches from his nose, and his posture never changed. I mean, he had it on lockdown. You know, he literally, wherever he was turning, his arm was locked into place, so that phone was right there in his face, man. And the other hand is just pecking away at the phone, man. And he was mumbling to himself every once in a while, and it's like he was oblivious, completely oblivious to his surroundings. It was awful. I was like, I'm thinking, really? Is Pokemon Go more important than spending time with your family? I mean, you have to you have to unplug because the cultural programming is pretty hardcore. And one advantage of red pill thinking is that I can see it so easily now. It makes me glad that I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. So and it was surprising, you know. I was without TV for a while, and then when I was living with my friend with benefits, I had access to it again, and it was like I I remember I peeked at a couple of network shows, and the rest of the time it was the independent stuff I watched. Turned out the station I watched the most was the Game Show Network. It was crazy. Okay, now. I still sometimes I wonder why me. I wonder how could I have been so lucky to be here at the end and have everything work out so well. I've noticed that even though I have, let's see, something like 130 MGTOW content creators, I look at very few, and there's some that I don't listen to or watch anymore because I just don't care. You know, I mean, they're bona fide. I've listened to them before, but it's like now they're talking about subjects I'm not interested in, like relationship issues and, you know, like needless drama. It's like, no. If I want needless drama, I'll just watch the network news. But there were a couple of videos that I saw this evening, and I haven't even watched them yet, and I gave the creator a lengthy response. In one, one is from one of my favorites, eman67. Oh, please check him out. He is working with some tech people to produce a platform for us, which I believe will be crowdfunded. The site is undergoing testing. Go to any very recent eman67 video. The link is in the description. You can go to the site. You can sign up. I did try, but I had difficulties. I need to try again. But yes, one of our own is making a platform where we will not be kicked off. It's like we're been through some dark times, but it looks like the sun might be coming up. So, his video was about beware of self-help gurus. And I said, well, you know, I'm a guru and sage, well, you know, sage advisor, but I'm not trying to start a cult. That's too much work. You know, as I've said before, if you have a source of spirituality that works for you, why would I want you to stop? That's for you. It's benefiting you. I don't need to make you stop and give you anything else. I'm just here to provide you with a tool or a key on occasion. That's it. And another one talked about the red pill malaise. And my response to this one, without watching the video, was, really? It's like, I've been too busy going through my psychological nudity and hardcore evaluation. You know, ranting on video. Now I'm starting to do these instructional videos. You know, I wake up every morning, I'm happy because I woke up. I've always got a smile on my face and a spring in my step. I display an unconventional style and attitude. And, like I've said before, the zero regime, zero lies told, zero shit taken, zero fucks given. I've never been happier. Where would I have malaise come from? You know, I'm too busy building a future to worry about anything that happened in the past. Or worry about negative things from other people or even from myself. So, traveler, I hope I've given you something to think about. And, you know, I never know if I'm going to wake up in the morning when I go to sleep, but I don't care. It would be nice to wake up. Like the man said, it's a good day to die, but I want to drop a couple more videos before he comes and takes me away. I don't know. I don't recall signing a rematch clause, but I know he'll be back. So, traveler, it has been a pleasure to have you visit. And of course, you know what I say. Still, some of the best days of your life haven't happened yet.